Hey, I'm Dan, and this is Dan's Planes. I am here at the Warbird Days event at the Pecan Patch airstrip in Georgia, hosted by Mark Murdoch. I just got here. I've not unloaded yet. It's too windy for my blood, but I'll get the planes set up and leave them here this evening, go home, come back tomorrow. Tomorrow should be overcast, but the wind should be good. It's hitting about 25-mile-an-hour gust here, and I would say it's probably almost solid at about 12-15 miles an hour. Looks like they got a great turnout. Oh, looks like it's raffle time. Okay, while they're doing raffle, I'll walk the rest of the flight line.
They don't grab a lot if one up here out.
Yeah, just crush mine, man. Thanks, buddy.
Looking at this beautiful bomber. This is sweet. Well done.
How you doing?
Doing good. You?
Dan from Dan's Plane.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, I don't see you enough to remember your name.
That's okay, Doug Smith.
You're Doug Smith, okay. I'm trying to learn the group down here, but I just don't frequently see people enough. Did you take her up yet?
Well, it's been flown, but we had it at Joe Knoll, and it gave me a hard time because I hit a hole there,
Oh.
and it tore the gear out.
Oh no.
Well, I repaired it, and everything is good except for the. I had to replace the piece that controls the throttle, and I don't have it set exactly right. So this engine's too low. It goes down too far.
What engines do you have in that?
DLE 20 RA.
Okay. Any idea of the wingspan?
This is 140.
Okay. That is big.
Yeah. Okay.
Very cool. Can't wait to see it fly.
Well, if I solve this problem, I should be able to fly it, but we'll have to see.
All right.
Now what I have to do, I got to the clevis. Now I have to tighten the clevis in to set this for idle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What I might do is fire it up with the cowling off. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just make sure. So how you doing?
Living the dream. Today's too windy for my blood, but get all the planes set up. Maybe it'll die this evening.
I flew great. I flew that. That was a little hinky.
Yeah.
People have been flying. It's
Yeah.
not as much as they normally do.
Sure. Hangar 9 P40, like the one I just tanked a few weeks ago. Have to get my other one up and going. They just did it. Yep. Yep, they might be wrapping up a little bit. Did you have tickets? Oh yeah, you should have been down there. Whoa, that wind's blowing that bomber around. That is a beast of a bomber. Why is it doing this on my Zoom? Trying to zoom in, all of a sudden, like it was just working. Oh, it's got some zoom to it for a bomber. Sorry folks, I do not know why my Zoom is acting funny all of a sudden. Okay, now it's working. Try to catch this when he lands. Oof. Here's my setup for the Pecan Patch Warbird event. Got the top flight 0 that needs to maiden. We've got the P51 that I need to remaiden. We've got the SIG Cub, and we've got the MiG-3 that I need to remaiden. The wheels are moved a little further forward. I put 1 inch bigger wheels. Hopefully it's not going to tip over in the grass, because last time flying at Hodges Field, my buddy Brian flew it and he landed it butter and the thing still flipped over. and ended up breaking the engine off the mount. So hopefully the change in wheels will help. My Cub is darn near taken off by itself with all this wind that we got. This should be fun this evening. If the wind dies down, I'll fly. If not, I'll just leave him here for tomorrow. Get up, get up, get up, get up! Oh no. Ah, shame. I'm back with an update. Yesterday, I went to fly the MiG after the winds calmed down, probably about 7:30, and I realized that I didn't know how the choke servo was set up on my radio, and it occurred to me, last time I flew this was last October when I had a Spectrum radio. I converted the radio over to my Radio Master, but I had not run the engine yet, so I don't think I've set up the choke. I had some trouble trying to assign the choke to one of my dial switches that I used on the Focke-Wulf. I don't know what all that's about, so I couldn't get it to burp. So I'm got to tear it down and see what's going on with the choke and make sure the throttle isn't backwards and dial the endpoints into the engine. So that was strike one. Then I pulled out the Cub and flew one flight. There's a gentleman here, Paul, that was giving me pointers on Cubs flying or turning with a lot of rudder, not just ailerons. So I've had a first flight, everything was great, dandy. Second flight, dead sticked in the air. Again, I'm about positive it's due to heat, getting trapped in that cowl. I busted the wing spar, I busted the struts, I busted this support, bent up this, split out this corner gusset. So 3 years of work by the EAA youth group, and on my 8th or 9th flight I tank it and couldn't even get to double-digit flights. I mean, who can't land a dead stick Cub? And I came in, everything was looking good, and I thought I was giving it enough flare, but I guess because of the dead stick it needed more input than I gave it, so I didn't flare enough. So that is that. I'm feeling like a huge piece of crap and completely inept right now. So my confidence is about a 2 or 3 on a 10-point scale. And it's times like these I question why I'm even doing this, why I keep doing this. Because I just seem to constantly be breaking planes, which is a result of my pilot lack of skill. So it's very frustrating because simulators only take you so far, and then you've got to get real experience in the real world. But it's like when you're a kid, you need a car to get to your first job, but you need your first job to pay for a car. It's catch-22. So you need experience to fly your planes and not break them, but the experience you get means you're breaking your planes. So again, it's a catch-22. So it could have been a lot worse on this damage. Thankfully, it's not. But still, that means I still have an overheating problem to get through. Somebody was looking up the engine last night and noticed that instead of an 1810 prop that I got on there now, it was supposed to be a 19 19 something, maybe 19.8, something like that. So maybe changing the prop will help. I can take the cowl off and run it and test the temperature, see what it's supposed to be, and see what I actually get on it. So right now, trying to remind myself that I enjoy figuring out problems, and I enjoy the challenge of always trying to learn from every flight, and the challenge of trying to fly and keep planes in one piece. And I'm trying to remember that I bought that Zero somewhat cheap for a giant scale. That way I could fly it and not feel too bad if I damage it. But I'm thinking to myself, if I can't manage landing a Cub for more than 8 or 9 flights without damaging it, which I know the 2 times I've damaged it have been due to dead sticks. And the first dead stick, it dead sticked mid-field on the far end of the field, so I didn't really have a place to go with it. So the reason why it got damaged is because it went past our nicely paved runway and went into all the big chunks of rocks. So it's not necessarily my fault on that one. But if I can't fly a freaking Cub, do I have any business whatsoever flying a Zero, let alone a Mustang? I mean, I feel like they're easy enough to take off and easy enough to fly. They definitely get the pucker factor up to a 9 or 10 out of 10. But I don't want to break another freaking plane, but I bought them to fly them. I'm all the way down here at the Pecan Patch, which has no trees and is a good airstrip. So it's the perfect place to maiden giant scale, because our runway is kind of short and you have to dive into it because of the trees along the back part of the property. So this is the place to fly them if I'm going to fly them. And I've got 13 planes, well 12 now after the Cub, 13 planes. If I damage some, I've got plenty others to fly, but my confidence is so low. I don't know. I'm gonna open up the MiG, kind of work on that a little bit, get my hands on an airplane. I went down to night fly with my wing and I launched it, and it's like it had no power. I wasn't sure if the battery was fresh or not. That battery was left in the wing. I thought it was fresh, but I don't know. So it just came right down and broke a prop. That was my 3rd strike yesterday, and that was the end of flying. So again, my confidence, my outlook is extremely low right now. Very frustrated, very angry, very depressed. And those aren't the best mindsets to be in when you've got a maiden, a new to me giant scale Zero, and remaiden a giant scale P51. So I'm going to tear into that MiG-3, see what I can find out.